Good morning and welcome to the vlog. It is going to be a good one. Why? Because it is a full day of racing. That's why. First, we're going down to Cecil, the drag strip. Then we have our own private airstrip later on we're going to race at. That's right, our own private airport. It's going to be great. But first, we have to go to Nick's. What the fuck? Honestly, this is one of the more bizarre things I've ever seen. There he goes! There he goes! Look at him go! I've never seen anything quite like it. A turkey at Nick's house. There he goes. Now, I've never seen anything quite like it. Where's Nick?
That way.
There was a turkey roaming around your neighborhood, Nick. What? A turkey. A turkey. I'm talking like a full-size turkey.
Where at?
A fully fledged turkey walking across the street.
Right now?
Yeah.
Jackson! That's enough.
Right now.
Let's go shoot it.
That is enough.
Okay.
Have some turkey dinner.
That's a good Easter dinner right there.
Yeah.
It's not ham. What do you normally
It'll
have on
do.
Easter? Ham? Yeah, ham. What are you working on, bud?
I need to format my memory card so it can, like, you have to do a specific format to use the PDR.
Okay.
It's weird.
Oh, okay. For the car.
Yeah.
PDR, by the way, is Performance Data Recorder, which comes on certain performance Chevys.
Right.
Like a ZL1.
So you have to basically, if you have a Mac and you have a PDR, you need to set up your memory card. You got to go to Disk Utility, and then you have to select the memory card like this, and then you basically have to erase, and then you see the format. It's got to be exFAT.
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 Right, exFAT. That's a good format.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh.
Sorry, it doesn't have to be that. That's what it usually is. Correction. Just edit this out.
Okay.
It has to be MS-DOS FAT, which is FAT32 is what it's technically called. But
Okay, FAT32.
yeah, or it'll say this, whatever. So you have to do that, and then you can like name it as the PDR. So when you do that, it completely formats the card, and obviously it's going to erase anything on there. So if you have anything on there, take it off. Then once you're done with that, then I don't know why it has to be that. See, there it is, FAT32. That's what it's got to be. The only reason I'm doing this is because PDR records 0 to 60 and 0 to 100. Which would be cool to record.
Yeah, it would be.
There's that mode. And I think that's just sport mode. Oh no, there. 0 to 60, 0 to 100. I think that's
Quarter mile time. 0 to 100 to 0. That's a badass test.
yeah.
You're in 9th gear. Look at that. That's crazy. If you're in 9th at 87 miles an hour, when do you get into 10th?
Well, I can go into 10th. I just see look
You
like
held it down?
2000
Okay,
or something.
okay.
I just because I was shifting and like there I'm in 10th.
Okay. I thought it was just shifting by itself. I was like, well, then when the hell do they want you to use 10th gear?
Yeah. $50.
150, so I'll give you 75.
Okay, that works.
Nick and I are going to share a spare helmet because we always forget. The Red Menace.
Where are we gonna put this community helmet?
In between, we're going to leave it on Nyes Road in between our houses.
We should at the drag strip.
Yeah, there you go. I can't see shit. Where are the lights? The up arrow. Aha! Yes! ZL1 number 2 in all of its glory. I do love that carbon fiber weave. I love that. I can't wait till I have a ZR1 that's going to have the same thing. It's going to be great. Look at that. Yep. So anyway, to the strip. Just like that, we are here. I left Nick way back there. He drives way too slow, in case you didn't know that. So we are at Cecil County Drag Strip, as always. Andy is probably here, and I guess we'll go find him in a second. It's a really busy day here, by the way. It's looking not empty like I thought it was going to be. Hello. Absolutely. No problem. Thank you very much. previous best run was a 10.86, and again, this was the first one of the day, so I'm just getting warmed up. Feeling really good about the track. The prep feels good today, so I might get a good time. I'm shooting for a 10.5. That's what I would like to see. About it, and it was better. Ran a 10.6 at 135. Now the bad news is, and hopefully, you know, I don't get in trouble, but I'm already over the miles per hour limit. Anything 135 or up, I'm supposed to have a cage, which I don't. So I'm at the miles per hour. Ran a 10.6, so doing better, like I said, but you know, still not where I want to be. I want to be at 10.5, so we'll see if I can get it on pass number 3. So it's great that it worked out. Ran a 10.45 at 136 miles an hour. So really happy about that. My goal was 10.5 and I beat that by 0.05 seconds. But either way, I'm really happy about it. And you know, I'm cutting them down every time I run. So I'm really excited to come back. Okay, back at home here after the strip, and let's go over the numbers real quick. My first run was the 10.81 at 135.25. Second run, that was the first one, so I was happy with it, but I did want to get better. So second run was a 10.682 at 135.27, and then the third and final run, where I beat my record by a lot, and I beat what I wanted to do, which was 10.5, 10.452 at 135.97. I am breaking the rules, especially on this one by quite a bit. The rules state, the NHRA official rules state that if you run above 135 miles per hour or below a 10-second quarter mile, you have to have a roll cage, like a fire suit, I think, all that bullshit, which I don't want to do. And they didn't say anything to me, so let's hope that they don't. But if I do get into the 9s, I feel like that's a much more noticeable. Like right now, I'm right on the edge, right? It's 135 miles per hour. I'm right there. But if I run a 9, that's like, okay, you're beyond the limit. So we'll see how it works out for me. I really hope that I don't get kicked out. On to the next part of the video, and I will admit that I did not do such a good job with filming. Nick and I were in a very big rush to get there on time. We were super late getting to the airstrip, and we were also live streaming like all day on Instagram, trying to find cars to race. And we ended up finding a Hellcat, and a couple of people came out, so it was an awesome time, but I didn't really vlog it too well. So here's the footage that I do have, and I hope that you enjoy. We had some great runs at the airport, and of course, you know, my car is a lot faster, but everybody wanted to see Nick and I race, so there you go. And of course, a Hellcat was there, so I'm not gonna not race him too. And it was a lot of fun. And if you want to see the Hellcat versus ZL1 race, go over to Nick's channel because the results might surprise you. For the final part of the video, I shot something that kind of turned into a rant, even though it was not meant to be like that. But anyway, here it is. I want to talk real quick about YouTube ad revenue. This is, of course, a whole thing recently with companies pulling their ads off of YouTube, and this was bound to happen, right? The problem with YouTube is that it's very free. You can say and do whatever you want, and that's great in my opinion. That's how freedom of speech works. But the problem is on television, right, it's a very controlled system. You know, you can't really say anything controversial on TV. You can only swear at certain times, and you can't say like all the bad words, and if you do, you get fined, and I don't really know how it all works, but it's, you know, you can't just say whatever you want. YouTube, you can. So what you had was a situation where a YouTuber, PewDiePie, was basically making a joke about Nazi Germany, and the Washington Post made an article about it and said, you know, here's a YouTuber, he's an anti-Semite, and he's making fun of the Holocaust, which he wasn't doing, and PewDiePie is of course not an anti-Semite, but that's how the news works. You take something totally out of context, blow it out of proportion, and then you have a story. As a YouTuber, I could be doing my thing, filming cars, and then all of a sudden I say, you know, Aloha Snack Bar, Death to America. And BMW might have an ad on that video, and then people are gonna say, BMW, what the fuck? Why are you supporting this terrorist? And BMW is gonna be like, well shit, we didn't know he was saying this kind of stuff. YouTube, why didn't you tell us? Why are you supporting a terrorist? And before you know it, the company's like, well, if YouTube, you know, if we can't trust that YouTube is gonna monitor this shit, we gotta pull our ad. So that's what happened, and companies pulled out. As a car YouTuber, I did not think I would be affected. And to be honest with you, I have not been affected at all. A lot of people have been asking me, Mike, are you doing okay? Can you still make videos? And I want to show you guys the real numbers because I want people to know, for those of you who were genuinely concerned. And of course, I also want to show this to the people who were saying, ha, now you have to go work at McDonald's, because I want this to kind of be, admittedly, it's a little bit petty, but I want to be like, hey, go fuck yourself. If you have a YouTube channel, this is how you see this kind of stuff. Go to analytics, you can see all my videos there. And gonna look at ad revenue here is up. You can see that's for the month, 18,500 bucks. And you can see that it's up if I highlight the little arrow. So compared to February 18th through March 17th, I don't know if you can see that, it is up 19.69% from last month. Now, before everybody loses their minds and says, oh my God, he's a millionaire, just remember that it costs, you know, a lot of money to keep the channel exciting. Just last month, for example, I spent about 10,000 bucks on modifications for my Z06. Now, I'm not trying to downplay it in any way. I make a very good living and I live very comfortably, and I'm very thankful for that. You know, I appreciate the support of all of you. I don't say it in every video. The bulldog is sniffing out the door because I don't want it to lose its meaning, but I really do. I mean, as a kid, I would watch Top Gear and I would think to myself, you know, if I could have a job where I just do fun car stuff with my friends, that would be a dream come true. And essentially, I live that dream. And I work really hard on my videos to make the best content I can. You know, people give me shit for it on Instagram because I say, the video is gonna be up at 10, and then of course 10 o'clock comes along and it's not up yet. But that's because I'm working on it, and sometimes it's an hour late. But I want it to be perfect. You know, when I say I pour my heart and soul into every video, I mean it. And I appreciate the fact that, you know, you guys enjoy the content and allow me to do this. You know, it's funny, people say things like, you know, that's all you do is make videos, or, you know, that's not a job. But honestly, I work way more. It's not even close. I work way more at YouTube than I ever did at any job I had. That includes manual labor. You know, I worked in landscaping. I did a lot of other things. But I work way harder at this. Now again, I'm not complaining in the least. This is a lot more fun. But, you know, for the YouTubers that try, like myself, and I think it's pretty evident to most people what YouTubers try to make great content and which ones kind of half-ass it. For those of us that try really hard, it's a 24/7 job. I don't want it to ever sound like, oh, woe is me, it's so hard. It's a great life. But it is harder than some people think. That's all I'm trying to say. And I do think that this is all gonna blow over and the companies are gonna come back, but it's a tough situation. You know, I wish that people wouldn't get offended by everything and realize that, you know, this is how freedom of speech works. You know, even if somebody says something that you think is terrible and you don't agree with, you know, that's their right. And that's what makes America great. That's what makes YouTube great. That's what makes society great. The fact that you can say what you want, and they can say something terrible, but then I have the power to say what I want about them. And that's how, it's that back and forth that I think we should really protect. And I totally get it. You can't have people up here saying to thousands of people, like, go out and commit acts of violence. I totally understand that. So there is a line between your freedom and when that freedom is encroaching on someone else's right to live their life, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I understand that there has to be limitations, but I think that in our society, at least here in America, it's gotten way out of control with everybody getting so, I hate to say it because it kind of minimizes it, but butthurt. Everyone's just butthurt about everything. You say one thing and it's like, oh my God, like how dare you say that? And the whole, like, there's 97 genders now, and I don't know. I just feel like to some degree people have to get over it. Just because somebody believes something doesn't make it true. And because someone believes that their rights are being trampled on, or they should have a special privilege to never be criticized or be called something, guess what? The rest of us shouldn't have to cater to that. And as I sit here and think about it, we are on a completely different topic than what we started with. We were at YouTube ad revenue. Now we're on something totally different. But I hope that YouTube stands up for freedom of speech. I hope we don't get into a situation where I say the word fuck one time, and because super religious people or whatever, I don't even know who's offended by the word fuck, but I hope that if people are, then companies don't just like, oh, well, we can't advertise for him anymore, because that's insane. Anyway, that's my rant, and one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it was because Strodman made a video where he said his YouTube ad revenue is down 50%. Now, we make the same type of content, and I think his channel's a lot cleaner than mine. He doesn't really swear. So I don't know. I have no idea why I would be up 20% and someone else would be down so much. But if you guys want to go over and support him, he makes great content. Check him out. I'll put a link down below. I was going to say turn off your ad block for him too, but that's another whole thing, that's going to really hurt YouTube. I get it. Nobody likes to watch ads. But the 15 seconds or whatever is kind of an inconvenience that you pay for free content. And if enough people start using ad block, and the numbers show that less and less people are using ad block, but if more people do, it's going to create a problem where the content won't be available. So, and I'm not saying this for me. Think of it like stealing. Okay, I'm the Walmart in this situation. So if people use ad block on me, and it is stealing, no matter what way you look at it, even if you think a YouTuber doesn't put any effort into their content, you are stealing from them by not watching the ads. That's the only way we get paid, especially for me, by the way, because I don't do sponsorships. I don't do sponsored videos. Companies don't advertise like in my videos. So ad revenue is all I got, which I'm not bitching about it either. I'm just saying that this is how, some people have revenue streams through other ways on YouTube. But if you steal from Walmart, not a big deal. I have a big channel, I can handle it. But if you use ad block on the smaller guys, it really hurts them. That's like stealing from a mom and pop store. Every single view counts for them. So think about turning it off for the smaller channels you want to support. Again, for me, do what you want, but I'm just saying that that is a big problem for YouTubers, especially the small people. The whole point is I do not have to quit YouTube because of the YouTube ad revenue situation. Now, with all of that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you are stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.